So welcome to the Shattered Teeth. This is the islands of the Shattered Teeth. Now, some of you come from this side of the land, Rukva Island, which is very much the home of the Wanderman Assembly, a merchant group who initially came from places further abroad in Tal'Duri and eventually settled here. Now, the Shattered Teeth is not shown on the map, but there's a massive permanent storm system raging above it. So it's very hard to get to the Shattered Teeth, and it's very hard to leave the Shattered Teeth. So over on the left is very much the stronghold of the Wanderman Assembly. Over on the right, though, in Arbor Island, is the Ascended Host. Now, for a long time, a good 50 years, these traditionally warring nations have been at peace. Not much has happened. Now, the Broken Isles has traditionally switched between the powers in Rukva Island, the Wanderman Assemblies, and the powers in Arbor Island, the Ascended Host. So it's very a dynamic place. It has been stable itself for about 40 years, but things have switched back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's almost an in-joke among people about the Broken Isles, like, no, who's ruling us today? Now, this peace was brought about with a marriage between King Cyrus I, let me get my notes. King Cyrus I, and he's married to Aslan Fourwillow. Now, Aslan Fourwillow is part of the Ascended Host, who are ruled by the Council of Five, and her father, Dedrick Fourwillow, is the Open Lord of the Five. The rest of them maintain their anonymity. But King Cyrus married Queen Aslan, and for this marriage between the two great kingdoms of the Shattered Isle, the Shattered Teeth, a peace was maintained for a good 40 years. Now, unfortunately, King Cyrus passed away. Now, in a great tradition of the kings around, he pretty much died of old age, which immediately saw his son, King Cyrus II, maintain power. And he is now the ruler of the Wanderman Assembly. But it's a bit awkward, because Queen Aslan, originally with the Ascended Host, is still there. And from all accounts, she is trying desperately to maintain the peace between the Ascended Host and the Wanderman Assembly. The tensions are high, and they're ratcheting up. And it feels that if it wasn't for Queen Aslan, there would be all-out war right away. So she's holding the peace. And one of the problems is the new king, King Cyrus II, some say his ambition is turning into greed. And this is one of the reasons why the peace between the two nations is hanging on by a thread. And the whole situation has not been helped with the attempted assassination of King Cyrus II by his brother, Fowlin MacAllister. He fled. The official account is he tried to assassinate the king and failed and fled the island. Now, a lot of people doubt this is happening. He was very well respected, Fowlin MacAllister. He led the armies. He was a great general in the armies. He's very well respected. So why would he do such a crude thing and attempt to kill the king? So a lot of people question the official account, but regardless, Fowlin MacAllister is a wanted man. There's a 10,000 gold piece bounty on his head, and a lot of people are out looking for them, and bring him back dead or alive. There's 10,000 gold pieces on the line. So, as I said to you all in private chat, you're all on a ship heading for somewhere. I won't go exactly where you are, but you're out in the open water, heading out to various destinations. Now, eventually, you find yourself in the Broken Isle, and you'll disembark your ship down here in Stua. and the various vessels that you're on. They all invite you to get to your final destination to board this ship. And the ship is called the Dark Spirit. And so you'll get on board the Dark Spirit. You are the only passengers on the ship. And you'll find yourself just hanging around in the hull as the ship leaves harbor and heads out to sea. So, as you're all on this boat together, if you want to introduce... Well, why don't we start with this? This is going to be obvious, even without you talking to each other. Tell me, what does Eris look like?
Eris definitely stands out, almost extremely because of the fact that she's bright frickin' pink. She has like multicolored hair, and she's wearing like super baggy clothes, and it seems like literally clothes that are like 3 or 4 sizes too big for her. They are baggy and saggy. And along with that, she is wearing armor that also seems to be far too big for her.
Very cool.
Yeah.
An armistice.
He is just a skinny dude. No, he's not skinny. He's like skinny, like lean, but muscular, kind of like a runner, I guess. He's dressed in some fancy ass robes, and he looks very bored.
Ooh. And Rafe?
The Rafe is usually wearing the hood, kind of the cloak on. He's tries to stay apart from folks a little bit. He moves kind of the grace that's noticeable with his kind of how he shifts and how he walks. As you can kind of see a dancer's kind of feet, if you will, just how he moves. He's about 6'1" though. They were all 6'1" apparently.
All over 6 feet.
It's a perfect height, right? Yeah, he's still it's just 6 foot. I'm gonna say I don't want to talk about that. And his 2 scimitars usually he's usually at his size or at his back during the day. And he smells like horse because you guys talk about how he's got the way he wrote whatever earlier. So he's down there a lot. Check it out. You can hear the pounding of Tana. He's not happy being in the stall. And otherwise, mostly quiet. He drinks noticeably, for a guy who seems like an adventurer. He seems kind of he's been around a bit. He drinks water all the time. That's it.
Soren.
So Soren is apparently on the shorter side compared to everyone else. He's kind of lean. He's got a little build to him. His eyes, oddly enough, kind of have a faint purple glow to them. He's fairly on the younger side, wearing just some tattered clothes covered by a darker robe with a hood. He looks very nervous and anxious and kind of out of place, and kind of keeping his distance from everyone. Has his hood up for the time being.
Ooh. And Roman?
Yeah, so Roman is standing next to Armistice. He looks very similar to him, except that he wears glasses and is wearing like fine clothing that's like pretty much just black colored. He has his sleeves rolled up, and anybody that pays close attention will see quite a number of unique and distinct tattoos up his arms, and also up the side of his neck. He has long-ish black hair on the top of his head, but on the side of his head is shaved like low. And he has like a permanent smirk on his face, like he's just watching coolly like what everybody around him is doing.
So in other words, Armistice, who you know as well, would recognize a tattoo with his passive perception of 23 anyway. Everyone else completely and utterly doesn't notice these tattoos. But
Sounds right.
okay. And finally, Udas, is that how you say it? Udis?
Udas. Excuse me, Udas.
Udas. Now, what does Udas look like?
Udas is 6.5 feet tall, mid 40s, 300 pounds of just pure fat and muscle, mostly muscle, but you know, he's getting older. He's got a little bit of that belly going. Can't keep a six pack forever. But he is wearing just like a white shirt and plain pants. And it looks like he has been working in a field all day, even though he's completely dry. His clothes are just like, there's just a dust over them, like he's been out in a dry valley. And he's got red hair, and he always has a giant two-handed maul with him made of stone, with some etchings on the handle. That's all he has with him, pretty much, except the backpack.
A magic user, in other words.
Yep, sorcerer,
Completely.
100%.
So, someone asked how big you are. You're 6'6", I think you said?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So you all gather down in the hull and kind of sizing each other up. Roman and Armistice, seeming to know each other, hanging out together. Does anybody wish to say anything to your new traveling companions on the ship?
Armistice will actually slap Roman on the back of the neck and tell him to roll down his sleeves and not to show off the tattoos. Like,
It's hot out here, man.
hey,
Come on.
dummy. You're not supposed to show those.
No one knows what they are, and I start to roll my sleeves back down.
We have to keep up appearances.
I thought that's what I was doing.
Yeah, we have to look unsuspecting. Come on, man.
All right, and I
you know
shrug
the
and just
drill.
roll my arms back, or roll them back down.
Is this entire conversation like out in the open, bro?
No, it's like
Just gibberish.
I'm that way anyway.
Okay.
I say it, or like the things that I'm trying to say, kind of loudly.
So
Don't try to be silent about
for
things.
for my character's description, his eyes are actually glowing red, and he is sweating and in a corner shaking.
Oh.
Yep.
Do I notice that?
Yep, even... I'm looking forward to the very first roll of the campaign, which will set the tone of the entire game. But you don't need to roll for this to notice a guy in the corner sweating. And if you remember, the start of campaign 2 for Critical Role started with a natural 20. So, no pressure. But yes, you see this character. You don't know his name, but it is Soren. Doing very poorly at the back of the ship. Maybe it's seasickness, maybe it's something else. You don't know, but it's very obvious to everyone that Soren is not doing well.
Do you think the guy over there is on drugs? I say the Armistice.
I don't know. Does he look like a country bumpkin?
Soren, you look like a country bumpkin.
Under his robes, you could tell that he probably is, but it's kind of hidden, but not that great.
Probably. You know how they are in the country, just raging drug addicts.
I've always heard that, though.
I take offense to that, growing up in the country.
So,
Shit.
are we in like the hull of the ship, like the bottom part of it?
Yep. And it is moving.
It was antennas like there, like a makeshift cell nearby. Then
I say again, sorry?
Hannah is in a makeshift stall nearby where we can see her or see him, or is he
Yes.
somewhere
Well,
else?
she's behind closed doors, but you can definitely hear
Okay.
that she's in there.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
And you check on her every now and then. She's fine, but the captain made it very clear that she didn't want a horse wandering around. But she's comfortable. She's comfortable.
It's he. Sorry.
Yeah, so he's comfortable.
My bad.
Cool.
My bad. Okay, cool. Yep. Cool.
Eris will approach the shaking Soren, kind of lean over without saying anything and kind of inspect him before kind of giving like a self-affirming nod. So, you know, if you have to puke, could you do it like upstairs where we don't all have to smell it? Cause like you're indoors right now.
So Soren will like cover half of his face and like
It's better if you cover your mouth, sweetie, and I'll like forcibly push his hand towards the mouth.
no, he'll cover like half his face, like the lower half obviously.
Okay.
And like look at you with like these menacing glowing red eyes and just like in a deep tone say leave me alone.
Eris's
the deepest
tail
glare.
will kind of like flap back and forth angrily. And one thing about her tail is that it actually looks quite sharp. She'll kind of like squint down at you a little bit, and then goes, "Yeah, you're definitely gonna throw up later, and I'm gonna laugh about it." And she kind of takes a couple steps back without like looking away from him, is giving him a stink eye as she's basically just walking backwards into wherever she ends up.
Yep. He'll just like keep glaring at her as she walks away until she's gone.
Yeah, it's a mutual thing.
Is anybody else doing anything?
Yes, Udas is in the corner. I'm assuming that Eris is the most ostentatious looking of these characters down here with us. Down here with me.
She's pink.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am doing my best to paint a picture of her in my journal with my painting equipment.
Is it obvious what you're doing? Are you hiding it?
I'm in the corner. I'm not trying. I don't want it to be obvious that I am painting her, but I don't really care what anybody sees or says to me. So.
Okay, so say everybody sees Udas painting. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna bump Armistice and go like, "Hey, you want to see a trick?"
Sure.
All right. Do I notice what he's painting?
You notice that he's painting, but you know he's got his back against the wall, so you'd have to approach him to see what he's painting.
Can I like sneakily try to see what he's like painting, and like just like as I'm walking by?
And here we go. Here is
I'm
the
like
moment.
in the corner, specifically. Like, you know, there is no sides to me. You would have to stand literally right next to me because I'm in the corner of a ship.
Okay, I'll walk up to you and just say, "Hey, what you painting there?"
A present.
You said a present?
I see. I'm glad we're all
You mind?
fucking weird.
Do you mind if I see?
Yes.
You do. Well, okay. I guess.
He just
I
continues
guess I
painting.
could try to charm my way in. What's your name?
I'd like to finish.
I wait a few seconds and I slightly start to tap my foot, and I go like, "You finished?"
No.
Come on. You finished now?
No.
I cross my arms. I go, okay, I can tell you don't like to talk. So why don't you just show me and I can leave?
Is there anything I specifically notice about what he's wearing or
No, he's pressed pretty normally. I'm going to say with your passive perception, you didn't notice the whole tattoo situation happening between Roman and Armistice. So it looks pretty much like you described. It doesn't look anything
Okay.
remarkable. Like,
yeah? This is none of your concern. Move along.
I like shrug my hands and just like, okay. And I turn around, and as I walk away, I snap my fingers and cast Silent Image, and basically make the painting look like it's catching on fire.
My goodness.
I mean, I would drop it and then probably step on it,
oh,
try and put it out.
And then can I take a quick look back and see what I think it is?
it's covered in.
Or what it looks like?
Oh, I guess you know it's an
Ruined
illusion,
now.
so you can see through its illusion. But just before you're stomping on it, which is destroying the frame at the very least.
Well, it's just a page in a journal.
Okay, just a page in a journal, but regardless, it's been stomped on. The paint's smeared. But I think you could very obviously tell Roman that this is a sketch of Eris.
Was it obvious that that was him?
Well, now let's make the first two rolls. I'm gonna start with Armistice. You're gonna make me a sleight of hand check to see how
Roman.
well it is. Sorry, Roman.
That was
Correct.
Roman.
Roman. My apologies, Roman. So, but get ready to set the tone. Make me a sleight of hand check, Roman.
You got this, man.
Set up the entire. I see it's hidden, but I see it's a 17. So,
Not bad.
Yeah,
Not bad.
I didn't want everybody to see it. I just wanted you to.
So you see it catch on fire. You try and put it out. It doesn't go out, and eventually it just disappeared, and you notice no damage whatsoever. And given his sleight of hand is quite a bit bigger than Udas's passive perception, you have no idea what happened.
Well, I would be looking for who did it at that point. If I noticed it was an illusion, I know somebody cast it.
I mean, I think inherently you suspect it could have been Roman, but you have no proof of that. You didn't see him cast a spell, but you have worked out that it's an illusion, and you've stomped on your journal for no good reasons.
I walk back over to my brother and go like, "Come on, what did you expect?" And I like flick my hands out like this with a mischievous smile on my hand or on my face.
Great trick, bro. Does it look like Udas is heading towards him?
Udas?
He is picking up his journal, dusting it off, and giving the death glare and literally holding back everything from charging. You can see that he's on the edge.
Great trick, bro. The classic lighting the thing on fire when it's not actually on fire. And I say this loudly. Classic.
And I just like put my arms up against the wall and go like, "Ta-da!"
Now does it look like he's gonna attack?
Yes, it still looks like he's going to attack. But he isn't yet. But he might.
You hear footsteps coming down the steps, and you see you've seen this female, well, very obviously the captain of the ship. She's a female. 5'8". She's wearing like a leather armor and a flowing black kind of a robe on top of it that looks very sea-worn, as indeed she does. You expect she was initially quite pale to start with, and now she's a deep and brown. And you can see just with the exposed parts of her body, she's quite strong, quite powerfully built. And you see numerous scars across her body, one particularly nasty one across her face. And she's carrying a plate of food and some drinks as well. And she says, "Oh, my apologies. I'm busy setting the ship off. There's always lots of things to do when we cast off, but then things get less and less. But welcome to my ship. Welcome to the dark sphere. I brought down some drinks. I know," and she says, gesturing at Rafe, "you just prefer water, so I prepared some water for you. But I have whiskey as well. Can I pour you a glass? You, sir, the large gentleman," she says, indicating to Judas. "Whiskey for you, my good sir?"
Double.
Double. No problem. And look, my rather sick friend, seasickness is nothing to be ashamed about, but I really must insist you drink some of this whiskey as well. Trust me, it will settle your stomach.
He'll just like look up, kind of like glare, and then shake his head and just go back to being a weirdo in the corner.
He
Some
wants
bread?
tomato juice.
Some bread, perhaps? We have some fish here as well. Would you like some of the fish? Bread?
He'll take the bread.
Bread. Okay. And you, good sir, the smiling one, I assume you partake in the whiskey as well?
Oh shit. Yeah, I would love some.
I know it goes without saying, but allow me to pour you a double as well. And she pours you a double. You, sir, she says, indicating to Armistice.
Yes. Me too, please.
Double it is. What about you, my tiefling companion? How old is Eris? Is she young or is she old?
She's 22.
She's 22. So you, my good lady, my good tiefling, a double or a single for you?
This is free, right?
Oh, charges, yes. The gold you paid to your previous captain has all gone. I'll take you safely to the destination, no problem. This is all included. Just a mere good luck ritual. It's good to know who you're cutting around the shattered teeth, shall we say. Is there a single or a double?
A double.
Okay, and he pours you out a drinks, except for Rafe, who he pours some water for. And he says, "2 safe travels on the dark sphere." And she holds up a cup, and she downs it. What the rest of you? Doing the rest of you drink as well?
Yeah.
We just straight down in this? Oh.
I'm not downing. I'm
I'm
sipping.
gonna look
it
at
up.
Armistice and go like, "Bro, this is disgusting."
Judas downs his.
Is it
And then I drink
disgusting?
It's average. I mean, you pay like a good silver piece at least for this in bars around the world. It's good. It's not like 20-year-old oak-barreled whiskey, but it's decent.
Okay. And I will keep sipping. I'm not gonna down it.
Okay.
Eris will down hers because Judas did, and will laugh quite mockingly at both Roman and Armistice. Who are
Has
sipping theirs in
Roman-
the corner.
If noticing that Roman is sipping his drink, Judas is going to walk over, put his hand on the cup, and says, "This is mine."
I look over at Armistice and go like, "Now, brother, you're not gonna let me have all the fun, right?"
What?
Let's look. plenty of whiskey to go. Now, Udas, let me refill up your cup. And Rufio pulls up the cup.
Yeah,
He
walk
takes the
away,
real-
big guy.
Bill, but he does not take his hand off of Roman's cup. This one's mine.
I don't think so, big guy. This is my brother's. Leave us alone.
I crushed the cup.
Is it a glass cup?
Doesn't matter.
I look down at it and then go like, well, for the record, that was really risky. And then I cast sleep on him.
Okay. Roll your sleep dice.
Can you pick who sleep hits?
It's
It's an AoE, isn't
It's an
it?
AoE.
Pretty sure if it's
We're all just
asleep.
gonna get knocked out.
Starts with the lowest spell.
Udas.
Yeah, I think he might get himself.
Well, it only does what I roll, so I
Yeah.
can only knock out I can only knock out as many
The
people
lowest
as
HP.
point to roll.
I'm
It's
going
the
to tell you what
lowest HP the
happens.
first.
I'm going to tell
Yeah,
you what
roll it.
happens.
Yeah, roll it.
Udas most definitely does not fall asleep. He stands up stoic and shrugs. Soren is crying in the corner and is still sobbing, well, not doing well in the corner, looking very, very sick. Rafe's looking dark in the corner, and Roman's doesn't fall asleep, as does Armistice. The young heiress just falls on the ground to sleep.
just took the double
You do,
shot
I
and
like-
then just smacked on
I'm
the
gonna
ground.
look at my hand and go like, well, this usually works.
Eudes just laughs and goes back to his in the corner with his fresh double.
And I look at Armistice and goes like, dude, I was just trying to make a point, but it didn't work.
Yeah. Okay. And
Oh.
he's just gonna laugh at Roman.
Well, that not what I expected. A friendly drink, but I guess
Yeah.
strange companions. But we shall make Murstone before too much longer, and I believe that you have other destinations to go to. But yeah, that's yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go to Murstone. Actually, I think I'm gonna head back to Clifton. I assume
Wait,
that's
what?
all right with everybody.
I thought we were heading to Murstone, though.
I've
I don't
know.
I've changed my mind. And Armistice, you're thinking, what is he talking about? I don't want to go there. And everybody notices Armistice does something very similar to Eris. And he falls to the ground. Not moving.
Oh shit! Roman, what the fuck? Why would you do that?
Wait, you fell asleep?
He's on the ground, he's not moving.
I like tap him and go like, hello?
As you tap him, you too collapse over top of Armistice.
Drinks were poisoned.
Rayford is gonna rush the woman.
Okay.
Let's skimmer her out.
Okay, roll me,
Yeah, whatever.
roll me some initiative.
Makes sense.
Everyone or just them?
Just him.
Nice.
Well, that's funny. I already helped put somebody to sleep.
You rush. Thanks. You rush towards him. You do get the jump on there. You rush forward. For the first time in the game, can you make me an attack roll, please, Ray?
Sure. It'll be non-lethal, just for the
Sure.
record.
First attack of the campaign is a 12. As you rush forward, you swing the sword. She sways out the way. It's not like she's bouncing off armor, but you just kind of gently sidestep, and your scimitar whacks against the bottom of the ship, and then she kind of gives you a gentle push on the back, and you two fall to the ground, unmoving. Who does? So you
Yeah,
Yuda. Sorry, Yudas.
no
Yep.
problem.
You see him take a swing, you see your companions, see Soren. Yeah, it's only you and Soren And Soren's not doing too well. What does Udas do?
I mean, if gonna take a swing at her, if it wasn't the drink, if I'm still up, I'm definitely taking a swing at her.
Hey, roll me initiative. Ooh,
Ooh,
okay.
yeah.
Nice roll.
Nice.
Take a swing. So you see, getting used to the name Rafe fall, and she just pushes them to the side. Then you come rushing, I assume with your maul.
Oh yeah. Or there is no. At this point, I would, as I get up, I'd rage, go into
Sure.
a rage, and just, yeah.
Okay.
This one. Are you still getting used to? Yeah. 22.
Sure. 22. Now, just out of curiosity, do you have reckless attack at the moment? Is that high
I
level?
don't think that comes until 3 unless.
No, it's level 2.
Oh, it is? Then yeah, I would definitely attack reckless.
Okay, so roll
Always.
again.
Always.
Always.
Right?
That's his character,
Ah.
always reckless.
Okay, so that hits. Did you include your rage damage for that?
14. No, so that's 14 plus 2.
Yeah, 2 sounds right for your rage.
Rage is proficiency bonus, correct?
No.
I don't think so. It's just
But at this level, it is too.
yeah, but I don't think it's tied.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
think-
it's plus 2. It's
Plus 2, so that's 16 damage. So you see her just casually push aside Rafe, and she turns around kind of smiling, and you just get them all two-handed and just whack her across the head. And rather satisfyingly, you see a couple of her teeth detach and clatter against the side of the thing. But she shakes her head for a bit. She's dazed, blood streaming down. Looks like part of her nose is broken as well. But then you too. You fall to the ground, having smashed her, and you feel the tiredness coming over you. Rage leads you, and you too fall to the ground, unconscious and unmoving. Soren.
Soren's just like, I mean, I wanted to go to Clifton, so I'm fine with this. You can keep doing what you're doing. Just don't put me to sleep. I'll just chill in the corner over here.
And she stands, crouches down in front of you, and a couple of rather burly sailors come up to next to you. And she says, "My dear fellow, we can do this the hard way or the easy way." And she pours a thing of whiskey and plunks it down in front of you. You need to drink this.
How close are they?
She's crouching down at your level. I assume you're still kind of doubled over in pain.
Uh,
There's two burly sailors flanking either side of her.
Okay.
I think I know what you're gonna
Yeah, no, he's gonna straight up, cause he's kind of not thinking straight right now. He's gonna straight up try to take a bite.
Take a bite of the woman.
Yep.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Oh god, I'm not good at initiative. Yep. There.
Whoa.
Well,
First natural one.
I rolled 3 initiatives. The first one was a 1. The second one was a 3. And the last one was a 17. So you almost
Oh.
made it. They make me an athletics or acrobatics check. I'm going to say in your current state as well at disadvantage. So athletics or acrobatics at disadvantage. 14. Okay. Oh, there you go. So, you go up and for some reason try to bite this lady, but one of the guards just grabs you and puts you to the ground. And then before you get the chance, the other guard holds you to the ground. You can try and escape if you like. You're going to be at disadvantage against their advantage, though. I'll give you the roll. They rolled a 21.
And for spells, it's disadvantage if you're close, right? Depending on
Ranged.
what it is.
A ranged
If it's
spell.
a
would be.
ranged spell.
Oh,
Arms of Hadar.
I don't have it.
Oh.
Yeah, everything's ranged.
So you have an action, you can try and do a spell if you like, or try and break their grapple.
Yeah, I'm just going through my spells here.
And of course,
Yeah.
Soren would know his spell a lot better than you would, right? So
Yeah.
in the instant, you can make the decision.
Yeah, no, he's just gonna. There's no way he can like bite anyone from where he is.
You can try and escape if you like.
Okay, yeah, he'll try to escape.
So at disadvantage, looks like acrobatics is your thing. You're looking to beat a 21.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Classic.
And these two burly sailors, much bigger than Soren themselves, just pile on top of you. And Captain, I don't think she introduced her name, but her name is Captain Vissy Seaflare. And she grabs you down and says, I told you we could have done this the easy way. And pours the whiskey down your throat. And you struggle for a little bit, and then unconsciousness takes you. TPK, everybody roll up me and your character.
Sweet.
Eventually, you'll come to your weapons and armor, and any spell books or spell components are taken from you. You're still given cloaks, so any clothing you're wearing, you're still wearing. It's not like you're completely naked or anything, but any armor, any spell books, any weapons, anything like that, have been taken from you. And you look in the corner, and there's like a more like a packing crate than a chest, but you see your armor, your swords, your daggers, all little bits and pieces. And you see Captain Vissy Seaflare, and you're manacled as well. You're manacled like the structure of the ship. Your arms tied behind your back and manacles on. They're not just tied up, these are manacles. And instinctively, as you come to one by one, you struggle. These are decent manacles. It will take an enormous amount of strength to physically break these. And you see Captain Vissy Seaflare along with a couple of the sailors. She leans back and says, welcome back, sleepyheads. Isn't this a pretty sight? And she comes up and she leans before Eris and she smells. She smells you and she says, that's interesting. And she starts touching your hands and grabbing them. I detect you've done a little bit of manual labor in your carpet. It smells soap and bleach. Maybe some cooking. Yes, I think we'll have you working in the kitchens. And you do anything, Karis?
I will kind of just dumbly say, I can assure you I'm not, I don't smell like strawberries. I know it's pink, I know I'm pink, I know I get that a lot. Have you had personal space before? You're a little creepy.
She ignores you and moves on to Armistice and looks at him. And once again comes back and kind of grabs your hand as it's manacled behind the back. And she feels the calluses and says, yes, you will be good working in the mines, I think. The manual labor, no doubt.
I don't think.
Oh, you're talking like you have a choice in the matter, Sunshine. You do not. And you too, she says, approaching Roman, does the same thing. Kind of gives him a sniff, reaches his hand, feels the calloused hands and the quite strong frame, and says, you too. We'll have you working in the mines as well. You have a strong back. And Soren, you wake up. If anything, you're feeling worse.
Yeah. I'm not even seeing straight at this point. My sweat kind of looks like a kind of slimy almost, and like my skin's starting to change color a bit too.
And she reaches forward and she looks at you and she almost hesitates touching your hands, but she feels a little bit of softness in your hands. Says, well, you won't be good in the mines at all. I think for you, yes, maybe, let's just say, we'll use you as an ingredient, shall we say. Keep the troops
Ooh.
well fed. And she comes up to Rafe. And she kind of looks under the hood. What is Rafe's expression?
Looks under the hood.
Under the hood, check the spark plugs.
I think he smirks at her.
And she looks at your, I think, well-defined frame, your very calloused hands. I imagine Rafe's got a scar or two. Would that be fair?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And she says, oh, yes, you'll definitely work in the mine. And you, she turns, looking at the hulking frame of Judas. It's not without saying you'll be in the mine. Now,
Does she get close to me at all?
reasonably close, 3 feet, something like that, enough to stare at you. An uncomfortable distance. So I say, yes, she is close. She's trying hard to make you feel uncomfortable.
While she's looking at me, I'll ask her. Well, I'll just tell her, when I get out of here, I'm going to knock the rest of your fucking teeth out of your mouth.
Well,
Nice.
I must say, you did better than most. Your, I don't know, friend here, and she gives Rafe a half-hearted kick. He could have hit me, but you, sir, I think you'll come around to my way of seeing things. And you see she's missing a front tooth and one just to the side of the front tooth. I think you're going to come around to my way of seeing. You could be a very good guard in the mines. And in case you haven't worked it out yet, you're all my slaves now, and you'll be working in the Echo Depths mine. Some of you more in logistics, and most of you in backbreaking labor. But we have a long voyage ahead of us. I suggest you get comfortable, which is my way of being sarcastic. And we'll have a couple of guards here. If we hear any of you talking, any of you looking to break out, you'll get a firm whack around the head. So your manacles are strong. I mean, when you're in the slaving business, it pays to buy the best possible manacles you can. So good luck, and we'll see you when you get back to Clifton. Now, anybody who's proficient in history, can you make me a history check, please?
Not me.
And historians?
Anybody?
Any nerds?
What is
Nope.
history?
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. One person does inherently know it. Okay. Let's type this out. Okay, so I just gotta send a couple of whispers here.
Sneaky shit.
Yep.
I see dead people.
I wouldn't fucking doubt it, you fucking weirdo like that.
Yes. So those who I mentioned, you do have heard of, very familiar with the Echo Depth mine for various reasons that I think inherently your character would know. And actually, sorry, one more. So, here. So, Some people got whispers, and that's what you know about. I'll let you do with that information without July. And so you are bound, according to Captain Vissy Seaflare, with very good bonds, and a guard kind of lurking over you and smirking. What would you
Is
like
it
to
just-
do, if anything?
Handcuffs?
Manacles, like big, thick things around your wrist. Like handcuffs, but like about 3 inches across.
But our legs are free.
Your legs are manacled too.
Oh.
Are they connected or separate?
They're connected, like there's a chain going from your hands to
Yeah.
your feet.
Next question. Does anyone have long hair in this group?
Uh-uh.
I think Eris would.
It's mine. And
Do
Adidas
you-
is mine.
Do you wear bobby pins, Eris?
Jeez.
Hey, quiet! And he whacks you on the side of the head. No talking!
Soren laughs when he gets whacked on the head.
Like, it's terrible. No talking, and he whacks you hard on the head.
Is it just one guard in here?
Yep, one guard.
Okay, then I'm gonna say, look here, you little piece of shit. Why don't you fucking unbind me and then we settle this man to man, huh?
And gives you a firm whack again. Keep
Oh, God.
talking like this, and you're going to be sleeping through this entire journey. You are the mistaken impression that you have the upper hand here. You have the mistaken impression that you have anything at all to negotiate with. You do not. So sit down. So shut up.
While
Be quiet.
he's distracted doing that, can I cast a mage hand and try to pick Udas's chains?
So a mage hand requires both verbal and somatic. With your hands tied behind your back, unable to cast that spell.
When he whacked him, did he get close enough that Rafe could try to trip him?
Nope.
Okay.
So the chains are behind our back. Our hands are behind our back.
Yep, and you're on the
Yeah.
ground, and your feet are manacled, and the foot manacles
So
are
we're like-
connected to the arm manacles.
So we're basically hog-tied with
Yep.
chains.
That would be an accurate description. So you try to, you give it a token effort, because why not? They're very firmly tied behind your back. You're unable to move. Any conversation is met with a smack around the head. If anybody gets too unruly out of hand, then another guard comes down and they start smacking you around. Means you're in a very tight spot. A full day goes past with you manacled. Outside, the sea is getting rougher. You can tell there's some type of gathering storm out there, but it's kind of the least of your concerns at the moment. Every so often, Captain comes down. She comes down and glares at you. And, she gives Udas an especially large glare. She's still bleeding a little bit from the teeth. Eventually,
Yes.
you're stuck. Another day goes by. No food is coming. No water is coming. The light around you is dismal. I mean, you're in the hull of a ship. There's no real natural lighting here. You hear the timber creaking as the waves crash against the boat. And your arms and your ankles and your wrists start to get very numb. You try and shake it off, but it's not good. Your mouth's getting very dry. It's in a tough position. And I think it would be fair to say Soren is getting even worse.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, am I shackled like next to anyone?
You're like maybe at least 10 feet from each other.
Okay, so like there's no way for me to get to anyone, right?
No.
Okay.
By design.
Good. Yeah, he's straight up like whoever is sitting closest to him, whether it's the guard or one of these other people captured, he has not stopped staring at them for the last day.
Okay.
Bro, buy me a drink first.
With
Did
like,
anybody know that we were going to be traveling with this freaking creep here?
Hey,
What
quiet! Whack!
No,
No
what
talking!
the fuck is this guy? You gotta get down here. There's something wrong with this guy.
Soren will just chuckle every time someone gets hit.
Whack! And, from above, you stop and strain your ears above the storm. And you hear the sound of cannons firing. And the guard looks panicked and he looks around and he says, okay. I'm gonna stay here, nobody move. I don't know what's going on. And you feel the ship shudder, boom, as cannons are shot from your ship. And in the distance you hear cannons. Some of them just splash into the water next to the ship. Some of them whack against the ship and you feel the whole ship shake. And the cannons get closer. And you hear the sounds of guns as well, shooting. And the guy is panicking, but he's maintaining his post. He's keeping an eye on you. No, nobody move. Nobody move. Captain Vissy Seaflare has fought worse than this. Just stay right there. And you hear the sounds of...
Rick laughs as you guys are dead.
And you hear the arrows shooting back and forth now. More cannons fire off. It sounds a lot closer. And then you hear the sound of footsteps as people jump onto the boat. And you hear the fierce sound of battle on the top as they start punching each other. There's some type of combat going up there. You have no idea what's happening, whose rules, or what's happening. And then... eventually... Whoops! Eventually... I didn't want the aha there. Eventually the sounds stop. And you hear crackling on the ship. And the guy, he's not paying much attention to you and he's panicked. And then from above, the top deck, you hear the sound of a footstep. It's quite heavy, like boom. And then it drags behind them. And so you hear the thump and a drag of a foot, and a thump and a drag of the foot. And you see this figure walking down the stairs, being very slow and deliberate. And the first thing you notice is his head pops around the corner and peers in. Several things grab you all at once about this figure. One is he's constantly drooling down one side of his face, paying very little attention to it. You also notice that he doesn't have any ears. Not that he lacks ears, but it looks like they've been cut off. He's completely bald. Not even any eyebrow, just completely and utterly no hair, with a very, very gaunt face. And he moves down, and he's got a distinct punch to him. He's got very spindly arms and legs, and his dress is just rotten with clothing. While he looks unhealthy, to say the best, he doesn't strike you as undead. He's just he's not. I mean, he looks as if you gave him a decent drink and fixed up his ears and his appearance. He'd be pretty normal. But it's one of his legs is almost is limp. He's kind of dragging it behind him, which is the thump you heard. He put down his front foot heavy and then drags the other foot behind him. And the guard who is guarding, hey, stop! Who goes there? And this figure doesn't make a sound. It sounds like And you look closely at him, almost horrified at his appearance. You notice the tongue either, and it looks as if too, the tongue's been cut out. And he walks with this limp coming forward. He's obviously very unhealthy, with his drool and lack of tongue, lack of ears, no hair on his head at all. And the guard is holding up his spear and says, no, stop! Now go no further. And the creature just makes some of these sounds. Obviously without a tongue, all the sounds are coming from the back of his throat. And he goes, and the guy is holding up his spear and retreating back. And he retreats back right to the back of the boat. His spear holding no further, just holding him at bay. And the guy just comes up. It's a male and just pushes the spear aside. The guy is just fear. And he comes up and he just taps the guy on the forehead. Now this guy who is guarding you, he's a classic seaman. Feel free to say TT if you like.
TT.
And he's maybe in his mid-40s. Grey hair coming through. And he looks very wrinkly, probably from his time spent out in the sun. Brown skin. And he touches him. And then he steps back and kind of tilts his head and watches. And the wrinkles, interestingly, on his face start fading. His grey hair, which was receding a little bit too, turns into a thick black, and he's got a full head of hair again. And he's very confused about that. Then he goes backwards even further. The face of this middle-aged man turns into the face of a youth, 20-something. It keeps going backwards, and you see the armor start limping, hanging very loosely on his clothes. And by this time, he's dropped his spear and he's just looking panicked. And this person keeps on going backwards and backwards in age, almost look as if he's getting unmade. And eventually, there's this little crying, innocent baby on the ground, surrounded by the gear that plainly no fault longer fits. And then this baby turns into ash, just disappears, and you see this creature come up and inhales the ash, and then he turns around and looks at the rest of you. You do.
Well, that was horrifying.
There's some
Hi.
hardcore drugs there. Just snorting someone's ashes.
Yeah, what do you
Thanks
do?
for saving us.
So I said a closing door. No response.
Can he save us?
He does actually walk up to you, Soren. And if anything, he looks at your appearance. And you're deathly sick. Probably lost a little bit of weight, looking a little bit gaunt. Not having eaten much. You look terrible. But he comes up to you and he looks at you and he's almost smiling. And he looks at you and nods in appreciation. And he reaches forward, goes for your forehead, oomph, touches you on the forehead. And everybody can't help but look in horror. This is what happened to this poor guard. Is that what's going to happen to Soren?
Oh, hopefully not.
You hope. And nothing happens. And he kind of raises his eyebrows, perhaps a little bit confused. But he brings his hand across your face, getting some of the sweat from it. Kind of tastes it. And then he starts leaving the ship. And just before he does it, he goes back to the back of the ship where the baby guard thing was. And he kind of puts his hands on the ground and spread them across and the bottom of the ship. It too appears to do some type of this reverse aging. The cracked broken wood is cracked no longer, but then it turns into a very green tree, and then little acorns or whatever seeds these trees come from appear, and they disappear, and they too turn into ash and they fall into the ground. Now there's a massive
shit.
hole in the bottom of the ship. And he shrugs and goes to the upper level. What do you do?
Before he leaves, can I go like, wait, can you at least give us a chance to get out of this?
He ignores you. He just leaves.
Please,
And
don't
you
leave
do
us
that
here.
to the bars.
The keys.
Are the guards' clothes still on the ground?
Yeah, so just his physical body turned to ash. And you do see the keys for the manacles there. And I'm
Who's
going to say
closest?
Udas is actually closest.
Then I will just crawl.
Your manacles are like the rib cage of the boat, I guess you call it.
Oh, okay.
But you can try and stretch and reach it if you like.
Yeah, I will push and strain as far as I can.
Make me an athletics check at advantage.
Can I give him some words of encouragement?
You sure can.
Awesome. You can do this. Please save us.
You can do this.
And I
Did you
cast
say-
Bardic Inspiration by saying that.
Sure.
Disadvantage or advantage?
Advantage with a d6. Oh, there we
Oh.
go. Well done. So you see this massive range of Udas just reaching out, and you see a little bit of blood pulling on his ankles and his arms as he strains against the chair, and blood seems to go down there. Roman, seemingly not liking Udas moments before, is cheering him on. The cheering actually helps, and you reach out, and you get the keys. What do you do?
I'm assuming I can't unlock myself, so who's next to me?
I'll say Rafe.
Alright, turn your fruit towards me. I get
Alright.
key in my mouth, I assume, at this point.
Alright. Whatever I need to do, yeah. It's his feet, his back, whatever I need to try to get the latch closer to the key.
Okay, you reach over and with a kind of toss of the mouth, you get the keys and you get them reverse in your hand. Are you going to unlock Udas?
Yes.
Okay, it takes a little bit of struggling, and by time you get it out, the ship is filling up with water. Rather sadly, you see the chest that contains your gears slip down below the waters. And we don't do now. So Udas, you can undo your own manacles now, your own foot manacles as well. What do? You are free. Everybody else is probably going to drown shortly.
Oh, God,
Yes, let us out. What are you waiting for?
Much power.
the
Of my hands.
no, the gear.
Yeah, Rafe was saying, give me a key, you get the gear.
Yeah, I'll hand the key off. Or if I have to I'll unlock his hands first, give him the key, and then run towards the gear.
Okay. The gear is slipping under the water.
I really only care about the hammer. Everything else is second to me. Hammer
Okay.
first, or small first. Everything else.
Okay, I'll tell you what we do. We're going to have you make an athletics check, because that would be an Udas type of thing to do. On a 10 or better, you can get them all. On a 15 or better, you can grab 2 other items. On a 20, so
26.
10, them all. And then every increment of 5 above that, you can grab 1 more thing.
Okay.
So make an athletics check. Okay, so you can
And
grab
then-
them more.
Hold on, I'm gonna D6. I still have, so.
Oh, okay, 20. So you can get the maul and 2 other items.
I get my maul, and then I guess I don't know what is valuable to these people, so backpacks full of what I would assume anything that looks like it has rations. Survival
Okay,
first.
so I assume someone's got a backpack full of rations, so you grab the food. And do you grab one other random item?
Yeah, whatever. Unless somebody yells something specific, if I can still hear them, I will just grab.
Scimitars would be nice.
What
So-
was that?
The scimitars would be nice, but you ahead.
Scimitars. I'll tell you what. Everybody apart from Udas roll a d20. And whoever rolls highest get to choose what Udas grabs. So,
I
ready to
like
roll a
it.
d20?
Yep, not good.
Armistice. What does he grab?
He grabs whatever Roman's bardic magic focuses.
My loot.
His loot.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay,
A
so
loot.
you grab
What a
one.
brother.
And you watch a little bit of sadness as these things kind of, some of them, the container is in, it kind of bobs a little bit, goes out from the bottom of it. You don't see it sink, which may or may not be good news. But Rafe, you are now free.
He'll free the others and then rush toward Tana as soon as he can.
Rush towards. Oh,
So
Tana.
free the others first, and
Oh
then rush
god,
toward
how's
Tana.
this horse
Tana.
gonna survive?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so you rush towards Tana at the back of the boat, and yeah, she wasn't actually manacled or anything, so she's free. But by now the
Okay.
ship's at a good 45-degree angle.
Did they unshackle me?
Yeah, I said freed you guys first.
Who,
That
unsh-
fucker.
who unshackled me?
I mean, I guess Rafe did, so go for it.
You straight up getting bit, fam. Sorry.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
Nom nom.
What am I gonna do? Not unshackle you? So yeah, go ahead.
Just a nibble.
Yep.
I guess
Cool.
without the armor, that hits.
You don't turn into a vampire or anything. Don't worry.
It would anyway. I'm at 16 AC, so.
So, I mean, I'm gonna start to go half-ass back to normal, I guess.
Okay.
My eyes won't be as deep red; they'll start to fade back to purple. And then looking at the situation, Soren will dive down and grab everyone's stuff.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to turn to Roman and then just say, damn, that guy's really tweaking right now.
What should I do about him? Should we just leave him?
I don't even know where he's going, man.
So, who is all unshackled and who is still shackled?
Everybody is
Everybody-
unshackled.
Right.
Cool.
So, Soren, you're going to try and dive in the water looking for some gear? Okay, Udas?
Yeah,
what do you-
no,
yeah, we'll
oh,
get to
okay.
that in a second. So, Udas, what's Udas doing? Udas.
He is got the backpack of rations. He gives the loot to Roman. He's got his maul. He's heading, upstairs.
Yep.
This thing is sinking.
Rafe?
All right, so I need to understand kind of how we're set up here because the water's coming in a big hole. How can Rafe and Tana get up to the top deck?
Yep.
Okay. Let's do that and see. Let's kind of assess the situation and go from there.
Okay, rushing to the top deck with Tana. Roman?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up to the top deck too.
Armistice? Top
Yeah,
deck?
I'm running up. Yeah.
Eris?
Eris is going to yell out, "My shit!" and then jump into the hole, going after the loot. Or, not the loot, but the chest as well.
Okay, so Soren and Eris are going underneath. Everyone else is rushing up to the top. Okay,
Yeah.
I assume both of you don't have a swimming speed?
no, but I don't have to breathe.
I do, so I just
Uh,
need my shit.
That's
Dampir.
that's why my next thing is like I'll use telepathic speech and be like, "You fool, get out of here! I can get it. It'll be fine."
You fool!
Eris?
Rude.
How quickly is this guy moving?
Normal speed? Getting ready to jump into the water?
Not even
Probably like
concerned that I'm
15
talking in your head.
15 feet around.
17 and a half, thank you very much.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Eris?
Eris will. How far is this chest by now?
Oh, it's gone. You don't know. You can't see it. It's part of the problem.
I will respond back. I can breathe for a little bit. I'll be fine. I don't want you to take my shit. And then she just dashes, if she can, downwards.
Okay, so you both run into the water, dive below, and go through the gap that this strange creature created. As I said, Stormy, it's choppy. Can you both make me a perception check at disadvantage?
You said a perception check?
Yep, perception check, as you try and scan exactly where this thing is. I mean, lots of other bits and pieces left from the back there.
Sorry.
With
Mara.
my vampiric bite, I get a bonus to my next ability check equal to the damage, so 4.
Okay, perception. Straight, yep.
So 17.
17. Okay, Eris, you see some of your items there. You can grab 2 of your things if you like.
Are they all just... Is it all scattered about, or is it in the chest?
It's kind of mostly in the chest.
She...
Mhm.
Is it possible for her to grab onto the chest?
Yeah.
Okay, she will wrap her tail around it, kind of make sure that it is closed, and start swimming back towards the surface, pointing down towards all the random shit that fell out of the chest, and then point to Soren, and start heading back upwards.
Okay.
He'll say, I got it.
And Soren, it takes you a little while, but you do manage to grab all the other bits and pieces out of the chest. And it takes you like 10 minutes, but you manage to do it. And with the very good perception check from Eris, which really just saved you guys a lot of gear, you have all the gear that was taken. So well done on that perception check, Eris. That's oh, you will have
The only
inspiration,
time it'll
by the way.
happen.
That you will have
Nice.
start with a DM inspiration. But I would have given that
Nice.
for Eris anyway, because she did the first curveball for the DM. I wasn't expecting that, but a double 19 deserves something different happening.
Last bits
Eris,
of Mara coming through.
you pop your way to the surface, your towel wrapped around this chest, kind of closing the lid almost. Eventually, Soren comes up, and you get just in time, Soren. Soren and Eris to watch the ship crack and fall apart into pieces. And you all look around. No magic, no strength, no dexterity, nothing is going to stop the ship going down. And sorry, let's do a quick thing here. And you all,
Side eye me, you don't see shit.
you all find yourself thrown into the water. There's no choice. And very much like the Titanic, you all find bits of debris to grab onto. There's not much else you can do. Feel free to give me ideas. But you guys are in a tough spot. The ocean waves are crashing around you. You grab hold of some debris. What?
Hey, there any land anywhere?
I make a perception check. Oh, by the way, the other thing you see is a ship leaving. Probably the ship that attacked you. It's got the normal sails up, but it does have some type of insignia on one of the flags. Not a skull and crossbones as you might expect. It's just a red flash. Like a diagonal slash across the flag that they're carrying.
Do I recognize the insignia?
Make a history check.
History check.
Would I
Oh,
be able to do a
nice.
history check as well for that?
Sure.
I know he rolled really well, but I feel like that's also up Eris's alley.
Oh yeah, Eris, absolutely. So you both rack your brain. Given your backgrounds, which I don't want to talk about, you think you don't recognize it. I mean, this is very much an island culture. Right? There's lots and lots of small islands, and there's ships coming in and out of places wherever you live, and almost naturally you can start memorizing. Oh, that's from that company. That's from that company. That company should be avoided. You don't recognize it at all. Doesn't ring a bell. And you're out in the middle of the ocean, floating around, clinging to what wood you can. What would you like to do?
Eris will yell out as soon as they manage to find a big enough piece of wood to kind of sit on, and she'll yell out, I got all the shit, or at least most of the shit. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna try and swim over to her.
Okay. I'll do it this way. I'll bring Eris closer to you. And it kind of works out well for you, Roman, because you happened... I mean, look at what you're on, Roman. You're on 2 bits of wood. But you kind of get together and make a makeshift raft with Eris. Oh, that pony. Nowhere to be seen. The horse, you don't know.
Armistice, come closer. I yell out.
There's
then I
definitely some
Doggy
rope
paddle
in some-
towards my brother.
Armistice comes over and he forms part of this makeshift raft as well.
Eris will start kind of taking... She has like rope and stuff in her bag. She'll take that out and start kind of piecing this raft together because she's quite good at that sort of stuff.
Right, I'll just backtrack a little bit. As the ship was going down, Ray, you managed to lose contact with Hana. You do see her. She hasn't gone down with the ship, but you see her frantically paddling. Unfortunately, she's not heading in the direction you are. But you do not see her die, but she's not with you either. So, we'll see what happens.
Poor pony.
So are you're all joining up together, forming a mega raft? Right? Do you hear that?
Mega raft.
Yeah.
You stay away from us, Soren. Keep that
Hey.
mouth away from me.
So we're all good. We're not dead. Things are looking peachy. We got all of our stuff. Anybody missing anything? Limbs?
Who all noticed that I bit Ray?
All of us.
I think we all did.
Yeah,
Are you
but-
sure? It's pretty panicked.
But you're
Yeah.
all very desperate to get your manacles off, and you're watching Rafe untie you. Come on, Rafe! Us next! So the very survival was dependent on Rafe sharing those manacles with her. So everybody absolutely saw you bite Rafe. And Rafe definitely noticed.
Yep. No. He's
You're
just
into that
gonna.
freaky shit, huh?
He's just gonna act normal. He's not sweating or shaking or being weird no more. His eyes are purple.
So can you tell us exactly what was going on with you and why you started to attack and act crazy?
As lovely as this conversation is, and
Really
as much
keen
as
into
I
those
don't want
drugs,
like
huh?
this guy to be with us, I think it's probably more important for us to not be in the middle of the ocean. Does anybody see any land or anything like that?
This man tried to eat my brother. You're telling me that you're not worried that he's going to try and do the same to you?
The
Well, he
ocean is
didn't try
trying
to
to
eat
eat us
her.
at the moment.
I didn't try to eat your brother.
I
I mean, we
watched
could throw him off the boat. No, well, he grabbed our
No,
stuff. I mean, he didn't have to grab our stuff.
If I remember right, I went in first.
Yeah, you gave that
Okay.
back, right? You gave that back.
Yeah, I don't have no use for it.
Okay.
All right, GG, bro.
Alright,
All's
guys, we gotta figure
forgiven.
out.
Oh,
We gotta figure
Man.
out.
Y'all must be truly desperate.
Breaks big steps, guys. We gotta figure out how to get out of here. Let's focus on how to get. We need to go. We've got
Land
problems in
first.
front of us. Do you have any idea of where the of which way land would be?
Well, put it this way. I mean, you all travelled on ships before. You know you left Stillerock. You're heading for Murstone on the right map. And you know you started out here. This is about where the ship went out. Can everybody please make me a perception check as you scan the horizon desperately for some land?
Perception.
Oof. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Damn.
Romans 17. So Armistice, you get some good look. You studied. You've done this type of thing before. Nothing but ocean. Almost the situation is made worse by the rough seas. Like you're in the middle of a storm. You hear thunder and lightning going around you, and you don't see a horse. And it's going up and down, and yeah, you don't see anything.
It's the storm is still raging.
Yep.
Oh shit. I don't see shit, guys. We're gonna die here.
Oh man. Oh no. No,
Okay, guys.
no.
So, all right. Do we know north, south, east, west?
I have no idea where we are. We're all gonna die.
You
Yeah,
don't-
ready for like.
Probably.
at the moment, you don't. You got thrown around. You're not sure which way the direction is, and there's no stars which to get a reference. I mean, least of your problem is buoyancy. You seem to have that covered, but you don't know exactly where you are. You feel, tossed around by these waves. Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
have
start
no idea
playing
where
like a really sad, like death tone on my flute.
There ain't nothing we can do about it. Just let the storm take us in.
Yeah, I agree. Just follow the current, I guess.
That's your great plan. Just to follow
Well,
the current.
There's nothing else we can do, okay?
We need to pick one. So, is there
Better
really
than
no point
panicking.
horizon?
Oh.
I was fake panicking, big guy.
I wasn't. I'm serious.
Oh. Come on, man. You're embarrassing me.
Yeah, he points to him like, huh?
You know I'm not good at swimming.
Yeah, we shouldn't panic. Let's wait for the storm to settle. And then hopefully we can use the sun to guide us, or the stars, or if we see some birds flying near us, we know we're near land.
You got that right. We're nowhere near land.
I
This-
assume you all don your armor and grab your weapons and all those bits and
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is the current does it seem to be taking us in a specific direction, or is it just wild?
It's taking you in a specific direction, but you have no idea what direction that is. But I mean, some of you could probably tell the direction from the stars, but they're not visible at the moment. But you're going in a direction, but you're not sure. Could be east, could be west, could be anything.
I will take one of the planks that is kind of like on the looser end of this raft and start using it as like a paddle and just help paddle it in that direction.
Okay.
I'm gonna take your lead and try to do the same.
Okay, so you're using the current to get wherever it's taking you quicker, is the idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully out of the storm.
Okay. So when the attack happened on the Dark Spear, the ship that you're on, it was getting towards evening when it happened. The ship that left, obviously attacked it. It was disappearing off in the sunset, I guess. And so night is coming. You're all exhausted. You're dehydrated. You lack, food. There's no food. Oh no, there is food. Sorry, there
I've
is
got
food.
plenty of food.
Yep, you got the food.
Rations.
Yeah, so that's also not the problem. You have food and enough fresh water to at least last a few days. Depends how long you're out here for, though.
Oh, whoops.
And Armistice, for some reason, throws his crossbow bolts overboard.
No.
No. Okay.
Just looking what I have.
So night comes. The gravity of the situation kind of takes over. You need some sleep. What do you guys do? You're gonna try and get some sleep. Set up watches. What are you gonna do?
Raven suggested you just set up watches.
Yeah. I'll take first watch, I guess.
Oh, we have. Yeah.
Second watch.
I can take second watch.
Okay. So Armistice, then Soren, and the last one.
I can do third.
Okay, Roman.
You're somewhere. Okay.
Okay, so Armistice. Make me a perception check as the others go to sleep as best they can. You
15.
scan around. Waves are still quite rough. You look around for sea life. You really see any. And your shift passes. And who was next? Was it Rafe? Soren?
Soren,
Soren.
which for some reason they all trust to be awake while they all sleep.
Rafe will stay up. Rafe will stay up with Soren.
Okay. So Armistice, you just gently wake Soren and Rafe.
Yes. And then I'll whisper in his ear, "Please don't bite me. I forgave you."
Like, oh my god, you don't have to worry that I was getting very desperate.
Okay.
So Rafe and Soren, as you... I mean, everybody's in fitful sleep, right? There's rough water, living half in the water, half on the planks. Soren and Rafe do anything, or... Oh, you both make perception checks. That's a good thing to do.
You did advantage word. I can do it.
Just roll separately. Soren already rolled a 12 for his
Okay.
perception.
I'm just chilling unless Rafe sparks any conversation.
I mean, the best time to have a conversation.
Why'd you bite me, bro? The fuck?
Either a Soren or Rafe say anything?
No,
Soren will just sit there quietly.
Yeah, they don't know each other, and it's not exactly a great conversation setting.
So we'll sit there awkwardly for our 3 to 4 hour watch.
Okay. The time passed awkwardly, and then who was it? Roman. We wake Roman. Say anything, Roman, or anybody else?
I think I'm the only one that's up right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I guess I'll just sit there quietly while I watch and fail.
And fail, yes. Eventually, the morning comes round. No one really gets a restful sleep at all. And everybody make me a constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, let's save. I'm not that great at those. Oh god.
Okay, so Udas, you just take it in your stride, no problem. You for some reason you got a very, very good night's sleep. Armistice barely slept at all.
It's because of
Ah.
the entire raft, like, leaned towards wherever you just slept.
Oh, maybe, and maybe there's fear of Soren as well. But Armistice and Roman, take a point of exhaustion, please.
You're wrecked, nerds.
Oh no.
Exhaustion.
Oh no.
Condition. There we go.
Soren, can you roll me a d20, please?
Oh God. I forgave you, Soren.
Okay.
Then he turns into a werewolf.
Bamboozled. Okay, hello.
We can't help but notice some sharks are starting to circle you. A bit further than that. They're definitely showing an interest in you. They're not randomly going anywhere. And we'll say, Armistice, you were the first to notice these things. What do you do? It's not obvious there's sharks circling the boat.
So yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, there's some sharks circling us. Do they look like they're coming our way?
They're circling you.
Okay.
Going round in a big circle, kind of like that.
If they are going in a big circle, then I'm gonna shoot one.
Okay. You can take a shot with disadvantage because they're underwater.
Oh, jeez. Disadvantage. I don't remember what the thing is for disadvantage that I
If you hold down Shift, or is it Alt, if you're in D&D Beyond? Oh!
Yikes.
You see these things and with these pieces of equipment that Eris and Soren got back for you. You take a shot, but this hits the water and just fizzles out any type of speed. And with that, the shark you took a shot at disappears under the water.
Ruh-roh.
This is another one, but two of them are still circling for these guys.
Oh man. Can I shoot at one of them as well?
Sure. 13. You do get some purchase on one of the sharks. Even going through the water, and it ducks into the side, and you see a little bit of blood trickle down. And then that shark too disappears under the surface out of sight.
There we go. Sadness. Well,
Everybody else see these people taking pot shot at sharks? Does anybody else do anything?
are all the sharks gone?
You don't see the sharks.
Damn it. Nope.
I'm going to roll a d6 here. Soren.
Yeah.
One of the sharks. The one that was hit comes bursting out through the raft and tries to fly past you and take a big bite out of you in a Jaws type of way. Ah, my first attack roll. What's your passive perception? So, 11. You don't see it coming. It's going to have advantage as it bursts out of the water, going for your throat, and you manage to dodge just out the way, and you feel the thick hide of it scrape along your back as you duck, and it goes into the water and disappears again.
Does it get any attacks of
Opportunity
opportunity? Yeah.
I'm going to say, let me roll something, and I'll compare it to your passive perceptions.
God damn it.
You just had to fucking attack the things, huh?
Well,
Just leave them alone.
my reasoning behind that was they would smell the blood of the one that I attacked, and then they would attack that one. But I
Yeah.
missed.
To be fair, I would have done the same thing.
This shark struggles to burst through the thing again. Struggles and cracks before it kind of launches onto its belly, slides across, and tries to take a bite of Soren. Does it quite clumsily, and it rolls a 9. So everybody,
Nice.
everybody, yeah, take an attack
Yeah.
of opportunity. Take a melee attack. Pretty sure no one's a warcaster yet.
Nope.
Oh, 9? Kidding me?
It's better than that. It's better than my 6.
Let's see. Yeah, well, the natural one's gonna. What's a 9? 9 misses. Natural 20
Oh,
hits.
yeah.
Eris, you miss. Roman, you miss.
Ooh.
Yeah, Udas. Udas, roll damage. Soren, roll damage.
21 damage.
Oh, 21.
Was 12 hit?
Nice.
12. Does it?
Okay, it's a 10 something.
We got dinner, y'all.
I've never had shark before.
Oh, so this.
It'll be like sashimi without the rice.
So this shark comes bursting out of the water, tries to take a bite out of Soren, and kind of ends up on the deck, kind of flopping around a little bit, trying to slide off, but doesn't. Rafe slashes across the back with his scimitar. The shark, blood pouring out of it, and still struggling to get out. Soren follows it up with a quick dag with a dagger, and it's struggling. And then Udas comes with this massive great maul and just crushes the skull of the shark. And it is pretty much instantly dead. And you have a dead shark on the bow of the ship.
Can
It's
I
good.
make
Away
can I
from
do silent image and make like a whale noise, like as far away from us as possible to try and distract the rest of the
Orca.
sharks?
Orca noise.
Yes, you can. But first of all, I'm going to have Udas roll me a d20, and you don't want 15 or higher. Roll me a d20, and you don't want 15 or higher.
Oh.
So as you bring the massive maul down, getting perhaps a little too enraged,
Yep, that's gonna happen, guys.
this thing here turns into splinters and falls to the bottom of the ocean. Your life raft is a little more than
Okay, I'm gonna squeal and start paddling towards the water and go like, I can't swim, I can't swim, I can't swim.
Soren will grab him.
Yeah, I'll pick him up. Well,
grab him and throw them on the deck.
Oh,
Trying to be over there. And you wait a while, looking for possibly more shark attacks. You wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. It seems that the other shafts are either thinking better of it or found something better to do with their times. And who gets the first call? Udas, well done. Udas.
no problem. Thank you.
Boy.
But you
That
have
is what he's here for.
do you have a dead shark? Is there anything you do with this dead shark?
And I fillet it like sushi.
Can I use
Okay.
Mage Hand and see if there's anything in it?
Sure.
Maybe he's ate somebody else in the past.
So,
Chunk of Soren.
I'm gonna say there's a slim chance something is in there. Roll me a d20 and roll me above a 15, so 16 or higher. Purely luck. Yeah, nothing of note, just chum. Okay, who was cutting it up? Was it Armistice?
Yeah.
Make me a survival check.
Come on. Nice.
So you start butchering this thing. You get a good few steak shark steaks from this thing. Would be enough for you for 10 days worth of rations. So it would last you 10 days amongst the group. About 2 days. But you get 10
All right,
days worth of
looks
shark
like-
rations.
Sharks on the menu tonight, guys.
Oh yeah.
Always good fresh.
Is someone still pedaling in the direction the current's taking you?
Now we will.
Are we still in a storm or
Yep.
has the storm? Yeah.
Storm's still raging. Yep.
Can I use the shark's tail as a paddle?
I certainly try.
Nice. So we can go faster.
Yeah. Slightly fast. I mean, a shark tail requires a shark body to effectively wave it back and forth. And Armistice
Oh
is
no,
not built like a
I'm
shark.
gonna say. He's asking why are we paddling if the current's taking us, just so we can try to get faster along.
Because I can't swim and I would feel much safer being on ground.
Come on, man. We live on an island. How can you not swim?
Look, I don't know why, but I am not a floater, I'm a sinker. Get into the water and I always just go right under. I think it has to do with my size. And I start to flex a little bit.
Is there anything actually there, or is it just an ego trip?
Oh no, you want to touch it and find out?
Is this really the place and time for this?
Hey,
we are
man.
probably going to die soon, so...
Soren will reach and touch
Yeah.
his arm.
Oh god. Yeah, I'll watch that happen.
Does it look like a tasty morsel?
Soren will flare at him.
I was talking about the shark.
Oh, thank goodness.
So the waves continue to take you. You look around desperately for land once again, and I gotta tell you, you don't find it. And another day is spent just bouncing around. You're going somewhere, you don't know where. And probably a D20 Roman.
I have not been having the nicest rolls lately. Oh, boy. Hopefully those better.
So the storm is slowly calming down. It's not nearly as rough. And yeah, it's kind of calming down. Now you feel you're afloat in a flat ocean, kind of baking under the sun. You can all now make me a perception check. Armistice, no. Soren, no. Eris, no.
Yes.
Roman, yes. So Roman, you do spot some land. It's to the north of you. You actually pointed out to everybody. So Roman says, look, there's land, and it's with the stars coming out as well. As I said, most of you have spent at least some time on ships. You realize that you're traveling in an approximately westerly direction. Take you back to that map. First, I'm not going to put where the marker is because that would give the game away. But yeah, this is where the ship went down, right here, and you've been traveling not directly west, but about this direction here. Everybody, make me a survival check.
Guys, I'm proficient at this.
I say Roman, having picked out the land, and having studying maps, perhaps as a younger Roman, you realize exactly where. somewhere approximately the island you spotted was there.
Oh my god.
Nice.
We skipped
Well-
so much land.
It's better than being stuck in the middle of the ocean. So I start to paddle to try and get us closer to it.
It's miles and miles and miles. You can try.
I'm not seeing them either.
Yeah, Roman, you've got yours as GM roles for some reason.
I was just curious about a green like thing needs to be removed.
I mean,
Yeah, I have no idea how to fix that.
Yeah, let me do it. Go. So make a random roll now, Roman. Ah, there we go. Race that natural.
And
20.
there's my natural 20.
Ooh.
And a natural one.
Yeah, you got them both out of the way.
Okay, so the storm clears out throughout the day. You take a rest once again. I'm gonna have to ask you to make me another Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, I rolled the same thing twice.
Yeah, Roman. That's another point of exhaustion, my friend. 2 points of exhaustion. Rafe, take a point of exhaustion. And Eris, take a point of exhaustion. You do get to sleep through the night. You get a rest in. And no, you don't get your point of exhaustions back. This is not a restful sleep. So, you know, I think, Roman, you're at 2, right?
Yep,
So what's that? Half movement speed, I think?
I believe so.
Yep. So Roman's doing it very rough. But using the stars and knowledge, you feel yourself slowly drifting more in a northerly direction now. And we'll have Eris roll me a d20. For reasons, can you roll that again, please? Okay. So, as you're drifting through, the visibility is a lot better, and using the stars, in a sense, you approximate where you are. You're heading out very much into open waters now. And you see, off in the distance, kind of ahead of you, drifting in the same direction, and more or less keeping equidistant from you. You see a raft of sorts, not dissimilar from yours, with 2 figures on them, and they're lying down. If you do nothing, you might drift closer to them, they might drift further away from them, you don't know. But there's a raft similar to yours with 2 figures in it. Yes,
This
Eris.
is the captain.
Eris will stand up, kind of cup her hands around her mouth and yell out, "You dead? You alive? Hello?"
Ahoy there!
That's
I'm gonna
the
shush her and
captain,
like,
I'm gonna-
shh. What if it's
I'm gonna-
more of the survivors from the boat who tried to kidnap us and sell us as sex slaves?
Then I'm gonna
Well, then we
drown
kill
them.
them.
Yes,
There's
then
like
we can
there's
kill them.
6 of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
No response, Eris.
How far
Maybe.
out are they?
200 feet.
200 feet.
Let's start paddling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Udis will actually help paddle for this one.
Me too.
Okay,
I
so
get my crossbow ready.
So Udis and Armistice starts pedaling with makeshift planks, and you get closer and closer. You get with about 100 feet. I'll say Armistice. You look first, and you get a glimpse of them. You see exactly what it is. It appears to be a young boy, up 8. And next to him is a creature
Child.
you recognize as a pink bird-like creature.
A child and Egan?
He is not a kinku, motherfucker.
No. There's an Aarakocra. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just I'm
That's
just joking.
Fight your words.
I mean, you're not the first to make that mistake, right? Aarakocra versus Kinku. It's an easy one to make. Okay.
It's just a little boy. We have to help him.
If he says that out loud, Yudas will actually battle a little. He won't say anything, but he will definitely put a little extra
Okay.
behind the paddle strikes.
Have I
Mhm.
what you're gonna say? Gonna pedal a little less.
When we get within like closer to like 40 feet, Eris will actually dash across the water to try to get over to the raft
What the
quicker.
fuck?
How are you dashing across the water, Eris?
Uh,
Frantically swimming? Oh, here we go. You can move across the surface. Okay. So in a very... Yeah. Ooh, so yeah. So it's almost like you're walking on ice, right? Across the water. Ice forms as your feet hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you see Eris, the pink tiefling, start walking on water as ice just crackles around her feet. As she leaves, the ice kind of more or less instantly melts into the seawater and it is lost. But she's got a running speed up. And you get to the raft. There's not really room enough for on there, but you can definitely hang on to the side if you like, or kick one of them off. What do you do?
I kick one of them off.
We could
They
all-
dead?
We,
I'm gonna poke them.
we could all take turns, like one person in the water and swimming. I vote
Swim
not
the
me
raft.
though, because I can't swim.
Swim them over here.
Yeah.
Kick with your legs.
So, well, first of all, they're very obviously alive.
Okay.
They look very exhausted, like, as if they've been out here for a while, like you have. It's hard to say if they've been here longer or not. But the little boy, he wakes up and he looks around and he kind of blinks in Eris's direction and says, Am I dead?
Yes.
Not yet. I don't think so. I mean, I'm not dead, and I'm here.
I'm
Oh,
dead.
what's your name, miss?
It's Eris. Nice to meet you and your unconscious bird friend. I'm gonna like push you over towards the rest of the buddies over there, and we're gonna make a big raft instead of this little tiny shitty raft. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean a bad raft that you have here.
And he looks at you and he glares at you and says, It's not a bird, he's a kinku. And then he falls back
Yeah.
into unconsciousness.
Yeah, dummy.
Who would ever make that mistake?
Oh. Well, I mean, no more complaints, so I'm just gonna push the, or start swimming it over towards the rest of the raft.
Okay, so with a little bit of effort, with a relatively smooth water, you drag the raft back to it. And the little boy and his kinku friend, still very much alive, but very much... You feel if they're out here for another day by themselves, they probably would have died. You can tell on the boy, particularly, his lips are cracked, his skin is red and peeling in places. He looks extremely dehydrated. Probably hungry as well, but water's probably his most pressing concern. And you kind of get his raft and kind of attach it to your own raft. And yeah, what do you do?
I have some spare water I'm willing to offer.
Yeah,
So,
whatever rations they may need.
So funny enough, Eris is gonna dunk the chest of, like the chest that they have on the ship in the water to kind of collect up some of the seawater.
Okay.
And then she's going to stick both hands into it and kind of like 2 circular rings up her gloves start glowing. The water starts bubbling, and I'm casting Purify Food and Drink.
Ooh, nice, nice. So yeah, a lot of fresh water.
Wow.
Are you
Well,
ready?
that's mighty useful.
And make some shark stew.
So somebody feeding the little boy in the kinku some water.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
little boy. Want some shark meat?
He's unconscious. He's not responding.
Oh, he's still knocked out.
Definitely
Is the
looks.
Kenku knocked out?
Yep. They both,
Oh.
as I said, they both look like an absolute wreck. Been out here for a lot longer than you have.
Is this like a health related issue? I guess, yeah. Fuck it. Eris is gonna go ahead and kind of lay a hand on each of them. First the little boy and then the Kenku. And as she does so, a little rune glows on each of her gauntlets, and she's casting Cure Wounds. I cannot... Apparently it's trying to roll an attack, but it is not an attack. Here,
Try
just a second.
rolling damage.
Why is it doing that? That is so weird. Here.
Yeah, why are you hitting them repeatedly?
There we go. There we go. For some odd reason, it was trying to add my proficiency.
The little boy and the Kenku respond very well to the cure wounds, and some life comes back to them. You see some of the kind of almost horrific sunburn they have start to retreating in. And I assume as part of this cure wounds, you kind of feed them some water as well. And
Oh, yeah.
and the little boy says, "Oh, thank you, miss. I thought I was I got it there. I don't know. Yeah, thank you. Me and Boomer over there." And you hear the Kenku say, "Boomer!" Me and Boomer. I'm George, by the way. We've been floating in the sea for some time. Yeah, we actually live in Carmen. Says, I don't think any of you would recognize this town. So from the places you've grown up, you've never heard of Carmen. We were being lost. We snuck upon a ship in Carmen. We're hoping to get to Cliff Town, but yeah, something went wrong. I can't remember, but the ship sank for some reason. I don't know. Do you mind if me and Boomer just stay with you for a while? You seem nice.
I mean, I don't mind. I mean, there's nowhere else for you to really go except for like
Underwater.
the water, but we're not gonna do that.
Oh,
And
thank you. And you hear the Kenku says in a manly, gravel voice, "Get out of my boat, you monster!" And you hear sounds of it. Then the Kenku, who is a perfect mimic, you hear sounds of explosions and shouts and combat. And then you hear a sound. Shh. Talk. Shh. Sounding very much like the sound that creature made on your own boat.
Ooh.
The way that he drops a foot heavily, then drags his limp foot behind him. Talk. Shh. Talk. Shh. So that I don't know what happened. We were hiding. Something happened, and then the ship sank, and here we are.
Just
Sounds
like
like
us.
they pissed off the ghost.
Ghost? What ghost?
Oh, you've never heard of ghosts before?
Oh, I've heard of ghosts. I've never seen one.
I do silent image and show them what a ghost looks like.
Ah!
I mean, it's not real, and I put my hand through it. Like this is just so you can see what it looks like.
And he doesn't appreciate it. And he turns around, not knowing what to look, and kind of grabs Armistice around the leg, starting shaking.
When he has nightmares tonight, that's going to be your fault.
Look, I never claimed I was good with kids.
Then
It's not my fault
stop
he's a wussy.
trying.
You
And
can
I,
put
like,
happy
scoot-
images up.
I try
Like
to scoot further
butterflies.
away from the water. I'm not gonna make butterflies. That's lame.
You don't have to make anything. You just have to stop talking.
Well, I like talking. What's wrong with that?
Everything.
Mock me if you dare. And I sit
Okay,
down and
okay,
cross my
calm-
arms and just look out into the water.
Calm down, everyone.
Why don't you go for a swim? Oh,
Okay, so-
wait.
Speaking
Okay.
of which,
Okay.
could we figure out how to get out of the ocean, please?
Well, we were headed towards the ground or to land.
Couldn't we? Are we still heading in that direction?
I'll show you. While you're going back and forth, the boy's eyes just darting between you as you argue and threaten each other. So, the current's very much turned towards the north now, and you're heading up that way. Whoops, did I drag you on the map? I did.
Heading to Long Beach.
Maybe.
Long Beach, California.
I love walking on long beaches.
I'm assuming that this is not accurate.
No, I haven't set the scale. You're a lot
Oh,
farther
it
than
is
3 feet
accurate.
away.
Okay.
Almost there.
I need to set that scale.
Can we see this island from where we're at?
Yeah, but once again, it's miles away.
And the current's against us.
Yep.
Go with the flow, man. Go with the flow.
I mean, there's
we
only
gotta
so
get
long
to-
you can go with the flow.
We gotta get to land, Soren.
By all
we
Yeah,
do need
yeah,
to
we're
get
going to
to
land. Oh well, I mean, if it's against us, we still need to go toward land. We're not gonna.
Does it
Oh, we'll catch it next stop. We're not. No, it's not
Does
our
it-
thing.
look like it? Can we escape the current, or it's just too strong? Like, how big is the landmass? Do we have a while if we got out and
Oh no, it's
pushed?
it's not. Swimming there would be suicide.
Oh no, not swimming there. Just taking turns pushing
Yeah,
the
just paddle
raft
the-
out of
Out of the raft toward the land.
Mind you're on a bit of wood. Kind of a raft would be an extreme compliment, and your paddles are very efficient planks of wood. So
Gotcha. Fair enough.
you're very much subject to the whims of the currents. The little boy, George, and his companion Boomer, despite being healed, they fall back into as best a restful sleep as they can, as the currents continue to take you where they will. Another night comes and goes. I'm going to need you all to make me another Constitution saving throw.
On.
Please don't fail me now. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
I.
Yeah?
Hmm. No, fucking take the exhaustion.
Roman
It's just half speed.
and Armistice take another point of exhaustion, and Rafe as well. So I think at the moment, Rafe, you have 2, right, Sean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Armistice has 2, and Roman has 3. And I think 3 is disadvantage on... So you're moving at half speed, and disadvantage on all d20 rolls, I believe. Heck rolls. Maybe not saving throws.
No, it's saving throws
It's
also.
Saving
Saving
throws
throw.
as well. Yeah, so anytime you roll a d20, it's at disadvantage, because that pretty much covers everything.
Damn.
Okay, and the currents continue to lead you north. last time, let's have Rafe roll me a d20.
Get us something good. Oh.
That could be really good or really bad.
Right?
Yep. Last time it was a dragon, so
It's something really good that's better on the
Crap, yeah.
screen.
So, George and Boomer are kind of keeping to themselves a little bit, just the sheer horror that is happening to them. They're just taking care of themselves. And a massive creature you see goes underneath you. Much, much, much bigger than the shark. And it goes underneath you, and just its presence caused it goes oh, no, it doesn't. It goes underneath you, and you look down and see this massive creature, and then it breaches over the other side, and this massive, huge whale just bursts up through the surface. An absolutely massive creature comes down, and boom, lands with a huge splash on the water, and your raft starts getting caught up in this massive wave. I need everybody on the boat, including George and Boomer, to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh no.
And at disadvantage is appropriate. George, double natural 20! Woohoo!
Wow.
George, you go, George.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
Do I take
And-
this at regular because of danger sense?
You can have advantage with danger sense, yep.
Okay.
And the Kinku is a 6.
Oh, this ain't looking so
y'all
hot.
suck.
Yep, even with that, sucks.
Okay, so let's go through these. Who was first? Rafe, no problem. Hold on tight there. D20. Okay, cool. Regardless, I said George rolls a double natural 20, so he's good. Armistice, you hold on. Roman. Yeah, what did you say about not liking the water? It's knocked over into the water, as does Soren.
Brother!
And Udas, you're a 13?
Yeah.
Oof, splash into the water. Okay. You get knocked a little bit away from the boat as well. You're over here. What do Udas, Soren, and Roman do? You're thrown into the water.
Soren will help Roman since he very well knows that he can't swim.
And Udas will just try and swim back to the raft.
And what about Eris with her nat 1?
Oh, Eris wrote a net one? On you go, Eris. I missed that.
how can Rafe help? You want?
So you get tossed off the boat, which is relatively easy to do. Is Roman panicking? What's Roman doing?
Oh yeah, I'm in full blown panic mode. Screaming, flailing, kicking my legs.
Okay, cool. We'll get there in a second. But first, let's say Armistice, one of the few people on the boat. Can you roll me a d20, please? You don't want over 15.
Okay, I've been rolling bad tonight, so hopefully. God damn it.
Very good.
The one time you roll good.
It's
Another bit of the boat falls off and is destroyed by this massive wave.
Oh god.
Um,
Bye, Boomer.
And now there is not enough room for all you to comfortably sit on the raft. But we'll get there in a second. So I'm going to say with Roman struggling, I had a friend when I was living in the Philippines, and he wasn't a very good swimmer, but he decided to go swimming, and he started panicking and drowning. And one of my friends went out to try and help him, and you know what happens, right?
Drag him down.
He
Yeah.
tries to drag him down. Fortunately, we had one of those circular life buoy things, and we threw out and no one got damaged. But it was a scary moment for a second, and that is very much what Roman is doing. He's struggling. He's almost trying to pull Soren down, pull Udis down, trying their best to save him, but he's in full-blown panic. So I'm going to say, this is a straight roll. I'm going to randomly determine who's going to make it. 1 to 3, it's Udas. It's Udas, which is probably good because I suspect he's stronger than Soren. But you're both working together. Make me an athletics check, please. Udas.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
Wow.
Yeah, you're
Wow.
struggling, but Roman is very much struggling, and it's so much struggling that he's starting to take on water as well. Make me a con saving throw, please. Roman, at disadvantage. You do not take another point of exhaustion, but you're still struggling. You guys, if anything, go backwards a little bit. He continues to struggle. Udis,
Can I?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was gonna say, can I knock him out?
I mean, if you just reason with me, I might calm down. Unlikely. I
Udas,
mean, we can always
Udas
talk
does
it
not
out first.
talk it out. That's.
Oh, Udis, your character. What do you want to do?
He would try and knock him out at this point.
Soren.
After-
I'm overly
I-
fond of what happens next to passing out in the water.
Soren will try to calm him down, not knock him out.
Get a hold of yourself, man.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think-
hey, it's gonna be okay. You got 2 guys here helping ya. No need to panic.
I'm going to say reason is not going to work with him, but shouting at him might. So make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Make an insight check. Sorry, I can use the names. Roman. Insight.
Yes.
So that's a 7, an 18. I'm going to say
Lord.
he calms down a little bit, but is still panicking a little bit. So Udas, you can now make me an athletics check at advantage. And
41.
you drag him onto the ship.
Please help my brother.
Eris, you can get back to there fairly easily. The shark isn't here.
Quickly before the rest of the kind of raft kind of goes underwater, are there any salvageable bits that Eris can grab from the part that was destroyed?
You can try. Make an investigation check. I'm going to say the DC is 20, though. Try and get some salvageable bits from it.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
The way this is going to work, there is room on the raft for everybody but one. Somebody is going to have to be Jack.
Be what?
Jack, like from the
Jack.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Bye bye, boomer.
No.
Yep.
Eris will kind of be sticking off the end. I guess she'll be like paddling with her legs.
Okay. So, the whale continues to splash and play in the water. It comes up every now and then. You see it. It's quite a magnificent sight. No more damage to the boat, though. But the whale goes on its merry way. Oops.
Comes one with the ocean.
When I get back on the raft, I'm gonna lay on my back and go, "Oh my god, I almost died."
Yeah, you almost did.
Dang, you gonna cry about it?
I like sit up. and go,
Brotherly love.
I guess.
Okay.
I will just cry about it.
So with a little more. Okay. So Rafe's gonna switch out. So I'm going to say this is going to be the last one. Just thinking what to do with Rafe and Eris. Okay, well, I'll tell you the DC for these
Auto fail.
are 15. I'm not going to give you disadvantage, Rafe and Eris, but your DC is going to be 17 as you exchange places in the water. So for one more time, everybody make me a Constitution saving throw. Rafe, no problem. Roman, and 4 levels of
No.
exhaustion. Your hit points are halved.
I was doing so good.
Okay, so
Jeez.
Roman, Eris, is that your first one, Eris?
My second.
Second. Soren, where are you at?
I failed
that's my first.
everyone so far.
Oh, yeah. Soren has failed everyone?
No, that's my
No, it was
first.
wrong.
Oh, it's your first. Okay. Armistice, you pass. Rafe, you pass. Eris here. So the people who failed were Roman. So you're at 4 levels of exhaustion. Eris,
Roman's gonna die.
you fail.
Right.
Soren, you fail. Oh, 6. 6 in death. Now, finally, tides turn your way, and you go forward. You duck between these islands, and no, you don't go to Long Beach, but eventually you crash upon the shores of the island. Everybody gets off this raft and happy to be on land. Now you see a coastline around you. You see jungles to the north of you. What do you guys do?
Kiss the ground.
Dust just stretches, and that wasn't that bad.
I'm just gonna lay there and pass out right where I'm at.
Okay.
Do we know which? We don't know which island we're on, right? Do we have an idea?
You
Do
do
you think
know
we're up to-
that you're on that island that I showed you. So
I'm so exhausted.
Second. Yo,
So we have-
I haven't seen anybody that exhausted before, Roman. So
Yeah, that's
Because of
literally
the-
the worst I've ever been exhausted. I've never failed that many times.
You were
Kind of a-
you just hit death spiral.
I almost died. Multiple times.
Because of Eris,
There's
we
still
have
time.
fresh water, right?
yeah,
Yep.
what is not a problem?
So we need food, and we have rations for that. So camp, I guess, and try to get some rest in.
I guess we'll try to head towards the tree line a little bit so that there's at least some shade. Get out of the sun for
Yeah,
just a little bit.
sun is beating down. Quite the
Yeah.
water. It's hard.
Is everybody okay health wise? I guess we've always been hurt, really, just exhausted.
Yeah, no, well, except for
Dead.
poor old Roman who's at half his maximum hit points. But apart from that, yes.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, let me just do one more thing.
Rafe will kind of help him get us under his arm and kind of help him get to the shade. He's probably not moving very well.
Okay, just a second.
I started to become I started to struggle with what's happening. Start feeling like I'm seeing things and stuff.
Yeah, well, I think hallucinating wouldn't be an appropriate thing to do. Can you all roll me a d20, please?
Oh yeah.
I want the lowest
D20.
one.
Oh,
Oh, Eris, look at that. 8 science natural
D20.
2. 2, 3, 4. Who are we missing? Oh, no, that's everybody. So, is anybody not exhausted at least a little bit?
I have 0 points of exhaustion.
Ooh, well done.
Nice.
Ooh,
I have one.
Mr. Fit over here.
So
Beefcake City, guys.
as you move onto the shoreline, there's a couple of things you notice. One is a wreckage of a ship here. It's not your ship, but it's another wreckage of a ship. It looks it looks fairly recent as well, judging by the state of it. It hasn't rotten. There's no barnacles just randomly going everywhere. As you pick yourself up, desperate, almost just thankful to be on land, but desperate to get out of this beating sun, you start heading towards shore, towards the coastline, the opposite of the shore. And Eris, as you're as you're walking, you feel something grab you around your ankle. And then this creature emerges from the sand and lunges forward and attempts to just scrape out your arm.
Ew.
And I think this is going to take more than 10 minutes. And I believe, Sean, you're fading and need to get up soon, right?
Yeah.
I think that will be the cliffhanger that we end on.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yay.
So what'd you think, guys?
We made it.
Yeah, we fought.
Yeah, barely.
Barely.
My character ended
Very
up being
sweet.
weirder than I wanted him to be.
He's
Not at all.
A-class weird, my friend.
No, cool.
What do you think about the guy who turned that thing into a baby?
That's
Very
pretty freaking
spooky.
creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, very creepy indeed.
Very
Excellent.
weird how his touch didn't de-age me.
Oh, he didn't though, did he? He didn't. Remember, he seemed to admire you though for some reason. Smile.
I admire me as well.
Okay, that's where we'll end it. Good night, guys, and episode 2 of the Shattered Teeth next week.
Cool, guys.
Good.
Okay,
Yeah.
take care, everyone. Good night.
All right.
Good
thanks.
night.